Welcome, Truth Warriors. I am Christopher Green, and you are watching AMTV, Alternative Media Television. It is, of course, February 24th, 2017. Happy Friday to all of you. The stock market hits a new all-time high. We are quite literally in the stratosphere. The party hats are on. We have never seen anything like this in world history. There has been such a dramatic yo-yo since 2008 and 2009 after a completely engineered stock market crash, courtesy of the too-big-to-fail bankster elite that have their tentacles and talons down in the pockets of everyday Americans. And those of you tuning in around the world. But they mocked you. But they laughed at you. We saw this with Occupy Wall Street, which was a legitimate response in its start. An organic response in its beginning. Its infancy, which only resulted in a hijack of the movement by the same establishment elite that rape you and rape all of us today. You know, I'm kind of like that guy, that homeless guy with the sign out, and I don't even care if I look ridiculous, but the end is near. The end is near. And I thank God every day that I have a platform, because it is brought to you by God, so that I can reach as many people as possible prior to the next collapse. We are in record territory, folks. We have never seen this in world history. Barack Obama doubled the national debt during and throughout his administration. Doubled it. This is uncharted territory. The Federal Reserve printed tens of trillions of dollars as a result of an engineered wealth transfer. Do you get it? Do you understand? Do you realize that you've been stolen from? Do you think that it was a coincidence, for example, that the largest, greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man took place but was funneled to the tippy top of the Washington elite? Do you think that was a mistake? Do you not think that it was an inside job? Somebody's like, hey, Christopher, in our on-demand underground community, of which thousands of you are tuning in, and we are also simultaneously broadcasting on YouTube at the moment. Christopher, have you seen the movie Inside Job? Nope. I don't need to see the movie because I saw it happen in real life. Now, for some of you tuning in that might be new to what we do here at AMTV, Alternative Media Television, which is bring shocking, unadulterated, XXX hardcore truth to the American public and the people of the world, before you write off the homeless guy in the street wearing a bulletproof vest, and by the way, I've got a water challenge I'm going to talk to you guys about here in a moment, before you write off the crazy guy, so to speak, with the sign, holding a sign that says, the end is near, of the stock market bubble, as I always say, I think a little context is warranted. For those of you that don't know, I've been educated at the highest private indoctrination institutions that the world has to offer. In fact, in many ways, I've been privileged my entire life. I spent several years in Washington, D.C. on scholarship, of which I was indoctrinated into the brainwashing propaganda system that makes up our society today. From the moment I came out of my mother's womb, I have been subtly and unconsciously brainwashed by the establishment system that treats me and treats you like a slave. A unit of power. A battery cell. Neo, you take the red or the blue pill? And will you take down the rabbit hole with us today? In addition to my brainwashing, my subtle yet very effective unconscious indoctrination into the propaganda web that makes up America and globalism today. In addition to that, I took my skill set, of which I graduated, top of my class with a finance degree, to one of the major financial institutions, one of the criminal cartels of which I left in 2008 and 2009, where I acted as a broker with the major Wall Street firm that is Merrill Lynch. And during that time, throughout the height of the crisis, of which I managed personally tens of millions of dollars, I woke up. A light bulb went off and I was spoken to by God. So after lighting the match and realizing that the financial institution that I worked for was a criminal cartel of scumbags, I sent in my letter of resignation and started making videos. We are not on the verge of war. We are at